Lots of news happened over the weekend and yesterday, Monday, so let's get into it. First, yesterday, Ukrainian authorities named Andriy Yermak, Zelensky's former chief of staff, as a suspect in a major corruption probe. You guys obviously know about this, but Zelensky's inner circle and people really close to him have been hit with this major corruption scandal. Zelensky's former chief of staff had to resign from his post November of last year. Now, over the weekend on Saturday was the Victory Day celebrations. Apparently, it was cut very short in comparison to other years. We know that no military tanks were featured. There were Russian soldiers and North Korean soldiers as well. Putin gave a 45-minute speech, and then afterwards he talked with reporters in the Kremlin. He said to reporters that he believed that the war in Ukraine was coming to an end. We talked earlier also about how Antonio Costa talked about the possibility of the EU meeting with Putin directly for talks. So a reporter asked Putin about this, and Putin said that for him, the former chancellor of Germany, Mr. Gerhard Schroeder, is preferable as someone to negotiate between Putin and the EU. Now, both Germany and the EU have dismissed this request of preference by Putin, with a German government spokesperson 2 days ago coming out saying that Berlin saw no real sign by Russia to come to the table, and then an EU official yesterday saying that that was not a possibility. Now, as for this corruption probe, apparently Ukrainian authorities said that Zelensky himself has not been the subject of any probes, and Politico also lays out the fact that a sitting Ukrainian president cannot legally be investigated by law enforcement agencies. However, those in the opposition say that it's highly unlikely, that Zelensky had absolutely no idea what was going on. So we'll see what happens with that. As for Zelensky's former chief of staff, anti-corruption authorities described him as, quote, a member of an organized crime group involved in laundering 8.9 million euros on elite construction near Kyiv. Now, in other news over the weekend, the Latvian defense minister resigned after the prime minister of Latvia requested his resignation. She felt the anti-drone system had not been deployed fast enough in an incident last week. We talked about this before, but Thursday of this past week, 2 Ukrainian drones diverted from their path and entered into Latvian airspace, striking oil storage facilities there. The prime minister said that the defense minister of Latvia had both lost her trust and that of the public. That's it for news today. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.